Hey guys, it's Fixup here straight from Germany. It's a very nice day, very sunny, and welcome to the fitment guide. I try to show you what's the perfect fitment for me. I want flush fitment. I can show you on the car. That is not flush at all. Like you can see, we have plenty of space to come more outside, and I don't want to run spacers. Also in the front, we have a lot of space to go further out. And also here, I don't want to run spacers. Actually, we run 255s in the front, 40-90, and we run 285s, 35-90 in the rear. My goal would be to run 285s all around because I want to go on the track, and when I custom wheels, I would like to have the opportunity to can change the rear tires to front tires, because if you drive the car sportly, you will have more tire wear in the rear than in the front. I want to go 10-inch rears, 90, so it's not ideal to show it on this wheel, but in the best case, you have a second Mustang with a little bit more aggressive tire fitment. In the rear we have a 10 wide wheel, better fitment over here. I don't know how can I show you this the best, but right now I want to figure out what wheel size this is, like from the offset. I take the wheel off and I mount these to the front of my other Mustang, make a quick test drive to check if anything is scrubbing. I tell you the offset real quick. So I took the wheel off. Here we have the rear wheel. We have wide of 10 and an offset of 30, and we will check if this will fit without problems on the front to a S197. So check that out. That is very meaty, too meaty for German rules. The only problem is, I had it in mind, but it really hits me right now. I already scratched up my caliper. I don't know if you can see it right there. The face is not for a big brake, so we are leaning on here. We can't test drive it with this tire size because of this face, but the good news are it's a little bit too much offset, like you can see here. So it's a very, I think it's called poke fitment. It's wider than the fender, and I want it to be flush to the fender. So the good news are we have plenty of space to my suspension. We will test this right now. I hope I do not damage the caliper. Let's check it out. So guys, we do something that is called Verschränkungstest in Germany. You need to do this to drive your aftermarket wheels legally in Germany. So the inspector can make sure that the clearance is okay and nothing is scratching or scraping. Right here it's too wide. I mean, it's unnaturally. Here I just like lifted the front right wheel. It's a little too wide. Try to look underneath, and here you can see we have enough clearance to go less offset. So the wheel has, in my opinion, too low offset. That's the reason why it pokes out. Maybe some of you will like this, but for me it's like too much. Again, that you can see it from here. For me it's too pokey. I want, as I said, to have it flush. What we can try right now is to steer in one direction and to steer in the other direction to see if something is scrubbing or touching the body, what definitely we don't want to have. With steering wheel all the way to the right, you can see the clearance over here is definitely not German legal. It's too less clearance, not even a finger has space. The problem is I steered with the wheel moved and again made some damage to my caliper. Not that beautiful, to be honest, but I want to check the clearance very bad, so I need to know in what direction we are going. Now with steering angle all the way to the left, we have enough space over here, so that would be German legal. Yes, the problem would be back here, and you can see right now we have enough clearance to the tire. So if I take my fingers, I can plant more than 2 fingers here. So I think we can go like maybe 10 to offset 40 to make this everything look better and fit better, and hopefully don't scratch over here. So I will search someone that have a 10-inch to 40 wheel and check it out if it works. So 10-inch to 30 is definitely too less offset for the front, in my opinion. Never forget that you want to have enough clearance to your brake caliper, but here is not okay. So we could say the tire pokes out nearly 2 centimeters. That would be to the wheel, I would say 1.5 centimeters, because the tire is wider than the wheel, as you can see. But yeah, 1.5 centimeter, it's much more than I thought it's poking out, because like I showed you, I have like 2 fingers to the suspension inside, and we have 2 fingers are like 3 centimeters. So ideal would be maybe to go offset plus 15. So we have 10-inch wide to offset 45 to be clear and also have enough space to the suspension. Change my mind if I'm wrong. The same stuff I do also on the rear. So you have the same data for the rear setup. So I take this wheel off. My caliper will thank me this. Real quick guys, I was able to find someone who has very flush fitment. He also is on bags, so go check him out. Halo3V on Instagram. He sent me some footage to show you what is able with the sizes that I commented down below. On bags it looks perfect, but for my static performance setup I think it's too aggressive. So the idea of going 10 to 40 is what I prefer. Enjoy the V8 sound and just check out this fitment. Like you can see guys, on his build it looks awesome. On bags the fitment is dope, the sound, I love this build. Go appreciate him on Instagram. I also contacted some performance companies that make track performance wheels for Mustangs, and they told me that my idea with 10 to 40 is possible in the front and in the rear, but take it to your own risk. I just asked some companies, so don't bother me if it's not fitting or scrubbing or something. Enjoy the video. That are the same wheels on the rear right now. Looks not healthy at all with a solid rear axle to do this, but those are the rules in Germany, so I have to do it. As you can see here, when we push it all the way in, you have plenty of room here. And we look at the inside. So you can see up there, that should be also 2 fingers or more. Let me check. Oh, it should be 2 good fingers. I try it later again. Have nothing to bother here in the back. So just to the shock, we have to look at it. And let me just check. I mean, to the strut, we have like 4 fingers. That's a lot of space here. Here, for 90s, you don't need to bother. And yeah, here is also to the lower control arm, we have like 4 fingers, enough space. To the body, also enough space. I would say it's like tight 2 fingers. Yeah. From Yeah, 2 fingers. We have space over there. So that's the tightest spot we need to worry about. And like we said, 2 fingers are like 3 centimeters, those tight 2 fingers. So we have space to go in there, but the fitment would suffer. The wheel back in its natural stand, I would say. We check how many centimeters it's in or out from the wheel, and like you can see, it's very flush, surprisingly, in the rear. Let me just focus, sorry. It's very flush. It looks great to me. So rear fitment is great to me as it is, but we have the problem that it doesn't fit at all in the front. I need to figure out what is the size to be perfect, to be able to switch the rear wheels to the front. Those wheels are 9, I think. That's nothing I want to measure, but I want to go all 10s. And the problem is, if I go like offset 10 more, let's say 10 wide, offset 40, I have the problem that in the rear the fitment is not flush. So we have 10 millimeter wheel inside of the wheel housing, and in the front it should be great fitment, because as we tested on the orange one, we had like 10 to 15 millimeters offset too wide. So to be flush, I think if we go to 10 to 40, it could be perfect in the front. But to be honest, I don't want to run spaces in the rear. I don't know what really is the solution for this. If you have any ideas, if you know more about fitment than I do, please let me know in the comments. What would you do? What sizes do you drive? What maybe do you recommend? What I don't know. Maybe you say, Erik, go all the way to 10.5 with this and this offset. I don't know. I thought the best thing would go like 10 front and rear, because the FR500C, the official Ford competition cars, have in the front and in the rear like 285s on 10 wide wheels. But at Ford Performance, Fiske and everywhere, I could not find the offset data for the wheels. Would be very happy if you can help me out. If you like this video, if I helped you like something with this, that you see, oh, okay, 10 to 30 will not fit to the front. I'm very happy to show something like this to you guys. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and I keep you updated. Bye bye.